Now here you see, in today's topic we'll be dealing with the muscular tissue. So muscular tissue, basically they are attached with muscles. So basically what are the tissues are made up of? Tissues are made up of mainly myofibril. Okay, now here you see what are myofibril. Basically they are cylindrical fibers. Okay, cylindrical fibers, they are attached parallel to each other. So basically they are termed as myofibril. Now basically what is the function of myofibril? See, they are capable of contraction and relaxation. Okay, capable of contraction and relaxation, and basically they are of three types: the skeletal muscles, the or striated muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. Okay, so what are skeletal muscles? I said, see, it's written voluntary muscles. Okay, it is voluntary. That means what? It acts on your will. And smooth muscles is involuntary muscles. That means all muscles that are attached to the skeleton and that can be moved by your will. Okay, only with your will, that is known as the voluntary muscles. Smooth muscles are generally present at the internal organs of your body whose movement is not under your control. So it is known as involuntary muscles. And then the third category is the cardiac muscles. These are also muscles that you cannot control on your own. And these muscles are the only muscles that are capable of continuous contraction and relaxation and remains active throughout the life. Okay, so basically what is the main function of the muscular tissue is? It is the contraction and relaxation, capable of contraction and relaxation, and rather it brings about the movement. Now here you see in your figure, see, this is the figure of muscular tissues. So these are striated muscles. You can see the dark bands here. These striations are basically a kind of protein, that is actin and myosin, which you will be dealing in the later part of the chapter. Now they glide over one another, so bring about the contraction of this muscle, and these muscles basically work antagonistically. What is antagonistically? They work in pairs. For example, you have the bicep muscles of your arms, then that is bicep and tricep, then you have the thigh muscles, the hamstring and the quadricep, that one pulls the other. For example, if you lift your arm, you see the upper arm bulges up. So that is, and the lower and the muscle behind the upper arm relaxes. So one bone pulls the other, and then again when you put it down, the muscle relaxes. Now here these are smooth muscles. These are found in the internal organ of your body, and here see, here these are the cardiac muscles. Okay, and here you see the striations, they are nucleus, and the darker patches are nucleus. So this is how they work. Okay, smooth muscles, that is involuntary functions, and cardiac muscles, you see they have got a plasma membrane of the cardiac muscle cells and make them stick together. Okay, so they have got a communication junction. So these are communication junction. Interciliated disc at their fusion point allow the cell to contract and relax, and when all nerves receive signal to contract, the neighbors also get stimulated. So these are, obviously when you bring about a movement, you need a nervous coordination. So this nervous coordination is again brought by the neural tissue. Now here in this figure you see this is the basic structure of a neuron. Okay, and neural tissues, the axon, the dendrite, the cell body, these are the basic structure, and along with that you have the neuroglia. Okay, so neuroglia are supporting tissues or cells attached to the neural tissues. Okay, so here you see the neural tissue. Basically what is the functional unit of a neural tissue? It is basically a neuron. Then neuroglia. What is neuroglia? Neuroglia is the supporting cells along with the neuron, and the main function, what is the main function of the neural tissue is they are capable of transmitting nerve impulses in the form of electrical impulses from one region to another. Now you know this excitement travels in the form of an electrical disturbance. So one part when get disturbed get polarized, and it transmits the disturbance to the corresponding cells, and they functions through the synapse. What is synapse? Synapse is a connection between two neurons. So that we will be dealing with chapter 21. So basically the arrival of a you see here the arrival of disturbance at the neuron in nerve ending and the or outputting zone triggering event that can cause stimulation. See here I said already that excitation or electronic disturbance that can be also termed as a stimulation. Okay, and this stimulation has to be stopped, so it has to be inhibited. Okay, so inhibition of the adjacent neurons and other cells, that will be studying in the later. So with this we come to the end of the tissue, and then in our next class we will be dealing with earthworms.